Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Kindle recommendations video. I did not end up actually finishing any books in the month of August, so there is not an August reading wrap up. I got really close, but I did end up getting sick right at the beginning of September, end of August. Actually, ironically, I literally got sick the exact same day I got sick last year. My immune system is just very sensitive, so I think just coming back to school and stuff like that makes it kind of go a little AWOL, which is again also why I took a bit to get this video up, because I was sick and then was getting better but catching back up on school because I was already behind on school then from being sick. It was a whole thing, but we're all good now. So yeah, that is what I'm gonna make today's video, is just a Kindle recommendations, easy, simple. I haven't done it. I don't even know if I've actually done one on this channel or not, but if I have, it's been a while. So that is what I have for you today. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy, and let's get into the video. Okay, so the first book series that I have is the Addicted Calloway Sisters series by Krista and Becca Ritchie, which then basically just goes into literally any single book that they've ever written. I have read almost all of them. I have the rest of the Leica series. Now I also then have Burn Bright, because that's the first in the Cobalt Empire series. And then some of their other lesser known books. I still have to read some of those, but we're getting there. My goal is to get all of their books read though. So like I said, really any of their books, but I'm gonna stick with the Addicted Calloway Sisters series as the one I talk about, because it's kind of that main one that I feel like really gets you into their reading. Especially because it's the main series and then they have spin-off series from that. So basically that series has 3 different couples. You have Lily and Lo, Rose and Connor, and then Rick and Daisy. So they are interconnected in the sense that it's not just one couple, another couple, another couple. You kind of go between couples. But it starts out with Lily and Lo, and oh, those babies, poor, oh my love, they're like my baby, they're like my children. I know they're older than me, so that does not make sense, but they are like my children, in the sense that I will defend them at every odd. Oh, I will say this, I know people have said that they didn't continue the Addicted Calloway Sister series because they didn't like Lily and Lo, or they didn't like Lily, or they didn't like Lo. Sometimes it's only one of them, but most of the time it's both. And I think that's because of their storyline. Their storyline does talk about addiction, which is not a spoiler. That is very clearly, their series is the Addicted series. They have addictions that they have to work through. And I just think that for some people, they are maybe, this is me assuming, to be fair, but maybe they're kind of bored with the idea of having to read about people struggling with their addictions, especially with one that people are very shameful about. But for me, it was really I don't know, inspiring to read about. And there are people out there who have addictions, and it's not their fault that they became addicted to these things most of the time. And we should be out here helping them, not shaming them. So I don't know, I really love their story. And then Rose and Connor and Rick and Daisy are just 2 other couples that make the story even better, having their, help occasionally. Sometimes it's not always the most helpful, but it's the thought, they're trying to do their best to be as helpful as they can. And I love the whole found family that they are. And there's 2 other characters that pop in towards the end that I'm not going to talk about because it's a little bit of a spoiler, but they also are really great and I just love them. And yeah, so I highly recommend that series. I think that it is a good found family series. It does have romance, but it also sometimes just kind of I don't know, it feels like you could just be watching a TV show about life, and it just happens to be about these people. So I don't know, I really enjoy it. I think you guys should give it a try if you haven't. But yeah, that is my first recommendation. All right, my second series, because actually I think they're all series. They all happen to be series, so they're all just Kindle recommendation series. Is the Lakefront Billionaire series by Lauren Asher. So I have read all of Lauren Asher's books except for Love Arranged. I still have that one to read, but that just came out, so don't come at me, guys. I'm getting there. Calm down. But the Dirty Air series, sorry that took me a second, and then the, what was it? Oh, the Dreamland Billionaire series, that's right. Those were her like first 2 series, and then now the Lakefront Billionaire series. So I personally think that Dirty Air and Lakefront are her best. I liked some of the books in the Dreamland, but I don't know, I feel like that one wasn't the best. I personally wouldn't say, like, if you are kind of going between the series, don't maybe pick that one first, personally. But I would definitely recommend the Lakefront Billionaire series. It is so entertaining. As someone who doesn't really usually like small town romances, I like how she does them. So I think that's also like a plus for me. If you are also someone who maybe isn't a huge fan of small town romances, maybe give this a try, because I like it and I'm not usually a small town romance girl. But yeah, I really enjoy them. I loved the first one, didn't think that I would like the second one better. Not because like I didn't like the trope, I just like truly was like, I think that first one was just so good. And then I read the second one and I was like, wow, she really did it. She really did make it better somehow. So yeah, I'm super excited to read the third one. And then, you know, I think she has third one's this last one. I'm pretty sure the third one's the last one, actually. But yeah, I'm excited to read it. I'm curious to see if I like it more than the second one or not. We'll see, but I highly recommend, honestly, anything that Lauren Asher has written. So yeah. All right, next series is the Playing for Keeps series by Becca Mack. So if you guys have not watched a video of mine before, you may not know that it is one of my top series. I absolutely love it. I think that it is one of my favorites because it's a hockey romance series, which is a genre that I really like, but it is also like really entertaining. Like, you have the found family aspect, you have the hockey romance aspect, like all those great things, but they're also just so funny. Like, I'm always laughing, I'm always crying because there's also emotional stuff that goes on. Like, I don't know, I just really love how I feel when I'm reading the books. Like, they always make me feel good, which for me, that's usually my goal as a reader. I'm not always looking for the most like brilliant literary masterpiece that's ever been written. Like, no, when I rate a book 5 stars, some people might be like, how could you rate that 5 stars? That was so poorly written. And I'd be like, I had a great time, I cried, I liked it, like all these things. I'm like, that is how I rate books. I think that us rating books based on if an author had the best grammar in the world is a little crazy. Like, so I don't know. For me, I love the series. I think it's really fun. I will say it is definitely a very spicy series. If you are someone who is not into extreme spice, I would maybe not read this series. Or at least, like, I can't remember now if in the front of the books it gives you like a trigger warning or not. But I don't know. I'd maybe do some research. But you can always give it a try, and if you're reading it and you're like, this is too much for me, then you put it down and you don't finish it, and that's okay. But yeah, I really liked it. I think if I had to pick, I think Unravel Me, which is the third book, is probably my favorite. But they have all been really, really good. I will say the fourth one was my least favorite. It was a little bit of a letdown for me, but I think I put way too much hope and anticipation on it, that it was more my fault than anything. So the 5th and final book is coming out. It's either the end of this year or beginning of next year. I can't remember. So I'm like trying to like not even think about it, because I'm like, I don't want to have super high expectations and be like disappointed again. But that makes it sound like it was bad. It was not a bad book. It just, compared to the others, did not live up to my expectations as much. But yeah, I would recommend that series by Becca Mack. Next, we have the Always and Forever series by N.L. Moore, and if you have watched any of my videos, you know that I love her so much. She's not only like the sweetest woman ever, but her books, amazing. Like, I eat them up every time. I have been fortunate enough to be an ARC reader for every single book that she has released, which, saying that, is mind-boggling to me. Like, I did not know when I picked up that first book as an ARC that, like, this is gonna sound so dramatic, but in some ways my life was gonna change. It has been really cool to work more closely with an author, whether it's simply just being like, you know, hey, super excited for your book, hey, super excited that you're excited for my book, like let me give you a sneak peek that don't, you know, those types of things where it's like we're in like group chats with like, you know, her like street team, I'm a part of that, and like I love it. It is super fun. But even if I wasn't, I would still be recommending these books to you because they are really good. They're all somewhat military romances, but not super heavily focused on it. It's just like, oh, the guys were in the military. I think the fourth one, which is the last one that's coming out, that one I think is going to be more focused on the military. But the first three were very like loosely focused on that because they're all kind of like out of military at that point. The first one was Loved by You, which is like brother's best friend kind of vibe. It's also single mom trope, which I always love a single parent trope. I think that they're great. And the way she wrote this one, I was like kicking my feet. I was on the floor crying. Like, it was really good. And then Tamed by You is the second one. I don't even know what exactly to describe that besides a clusterfuck, but in the best way. They are a fireball. That is a way to describe them. It's a very emotional story, even though at the beginning it may not seem like it, but it really does get emotional. I also really loved that one. And then the third one was Desired by You, which came out like 2 months ago. 2 months, yeah, 2 months ago. I don't know. It's been a little while, but it is out. And that one has a bit of an age gap, but it's not like crazy or anything. It's also kind of like friends to lovers a little bit. Also a little bit of like secretness going on. But yeah, they're all just so good. They're all just so good. And I don't know, maybe I am biased, but I don't feel like I am. Like, I truly pick up those books and I'm like, wow, this was great. Like, I had a wonderful time reading these. So yeah, I would highly recommend. If you want more detailed kind of reviews, you can go to my Goodreads, which is always linked in the description, to look at them. I've written them on Goodreads, or you can also go to previous videos where I talk about them, like reading wrap-ups and stuff. But would highly recommend I had to write it down because okay, it just got me off. Sorry, I have to go to class in like 10 minutes, so I gotta finish this up. But it's the Always and Forever series by Ella Moore. And the last series that I will be recommending is the Grip Trilogy by Kennedy Ryan. If you guys didn't see, I think February is when I read it, if I remember correctly. Maybe it was January. I don't know. It was earlier this year. Oh my god, it was so good. I absolutely loved it. I highly recommend it. I think that if you are someone who, like, how to explain what I mean by this? If you're someone who likes emotional roller coasters, this is a series for you. Or trilogy, I guess. The first book is very short. It's a good little kind of like introduction to the characters and a little bit of an idea of what the storyline's gonna be. And then the second two are like really diving into the storyline. The guy's like a musician, but again, it's not like you have to like know anything about music to understand what's going on, which is always nice. And I also kind of liked that change. Like, I feel like a lot of times we focus on like sports romances. I kind of liked having like a music artist as the, like, you know, character that people are, you know, thirsting after. I don't want to say that because I don't think anyone's thirsting after him like they do with those hockey players, but you know what I mean. But I absolutely adored that series. I don't want to say too much about it because I think going into it blindly and really just like experiencing it is something that y'all should do, because I did it and it was amazing. But again, low-key, anything Kennedy Ryan's written that I've read has been really good. I think the only thing I didn't like was The Kingmaker. And I didn't like it because I felt a little weird about the age gap at the beginning. And it was a little boring. But everything else I've read by Kennedy Ryan I've liked. So I think that one for me was just a miss, and that's okay. You're gonna have your misses. But yeah, I would highly recommend that. Okay guys, well that is my video for today. I hope that you enjoyed. I have to go to class now, unfortunately. But I wanted to get a video filmed in between my classes so that I could hopefully get this edited either tonight and posted or tomorrow and posted. again, if you guys are interested in like more specific, like, oh, I want hockey romance, or I want dark romance, or I want, you know, like a fluffier, you know, any sub-genre of romance that you are looking for recommendations of, let me know. I can always make more specific videos. I just kind of thought I'd make Kindle recommendations because I know a lot of people will start out by having a Kindle instead of buying all these physical books. I know that when I'm here at school, I use my Kindle more than I use physical books just because I have less of them at my convenience. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that you are all having a great day and or semester if you're back in school, or I guess quarters. Some people do quarter systems. I love you all. I will see you guys in my next video. I don't know exactly what it will be. I do know that at the end of this month, there will be a fun little like music festival vlog that will be coming out, so you guys should definitely look forward to that. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out, you know, my Goodreads, my TikToks, all those things down in the description below. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.